time. For the only Saturday morning sports talk show in the thumb, it's Let's Talk Sports. Brought to you by Air Advantage, providing rural communities with client-focused internet communications and technology solutions with integrity and pride. With Scott Bowlesby.
Whoa, I don't play defense.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Chris Wilcox.
There's no flying in baseball.
We got uniforms and everything. It's really great.
And the Chief, Christian Zalick.
It's in the hole.
This is Beth Hunter, the head coach from Kingston. You're listening to Let's Talk Sports.
Go ahead.
Regional champ, Beth Hunter.
Regional champ. Yes, exactly. Can you hear today?
Yes, I can.
It's really quiet in my
Yeah.
ear.
Nope, I got it.
Hello? There we go.
Am I too far from the mic?
No, no, it was just me. It was the
Okay.
headphones are kind of weird, but
Or is it the stocking cap?
it could be. It's insulated, so I got even more. I got
okay.
a little bit more support around the ear. So, good Saturday morning. Let's talk sports. The last one of the football season. The last one of the winter or the fall sports season, I should say. Feeling like winter outside though.
You're not kidding there.
Oof. It's especially up in Ishpeming, apparently.
Boys basketball got started this week.
Yeah.
Girls next week.
Yeah, these football games definitely could be throwing a wrench in some plans as far as basketball goes. I know, talking to Coach Lester, their first game of the season might be in question because they're supposed to be playing Harbor Beach.
Okay.
And now Beach is moving on, so they're
If I'm Coach Lester, I'm saying we're playing the game.
we'll see you there.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Show up, quit crying. Or let's lose.
yeah, it's your choice. I mean, but nonetheless, Harbor Beach moving on. They're our last local team outside of Frankenmuth. Frankenmuth plays today. Today, excuse me, not tonight.
2 o'clock, I believe.
2 o'clock on that one?
At Portland.
At Portland, okay. Yeah, so welcome on in. Scott Bowlesby here with you alongside Christian Zalick. Chris, he is out riding the roads right now. He said that he was going to try to make it in here. Let's see here. Did he text me? Nope, he didn't. So he is going to try to get in. He's starting baseball today. It's baseball practice starting up. I think it was just today was the first day.
Yes.
Indoor. Obviously,
Yes.
they're not outside.
No. But yes, we'll be starting here shortly as well. So
There you go.
dual
man.
sporting it as always.
Crazy. It's already thinking about spring sports coming up right around the corner. Just think warm thoughts in spring coming at you. But it is winter. We're getting ready for winter sports basketball, but we are finishing out fall sports. We got some teams still left in it in volleyball. We have teams left in it in football. Let's just start off right off the bat with the football game from last night. Harbor Beach. Nobody was there. I was going to go up there, and then I'm like, you know what? 1, I'm not getting paid. 2, I'm not going to be in a press box.
Yeah.
3, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside, and there's not much of a press box there. To
No,
begin with.
and you're right there next to Lake Huron, and
Yes.
if that wind's coming off Lake Huron, forget about it. I'm not gonna go out there just for fun.
No.
Nothing against Harbor Beach, but if I'm not covering the game, but it sounded like
thank you.
it sounded like it didn't matter if I would have showed up or not. They took it to the Beecher Bucks last night, just trounced them. I mean, it wasn't even a close game.
No,
they took it to them and continue to roll right along in the playoffs here.
Yeah, it was Devin Finkel.
Finkel.
Scored a touchdown in the first quarter and scored another one early in the second. And then from there, it was beach all the way. And there was some concern Harbor Beach had going into the game about this Division I receiver that Beecher does have, and
Dad went to Michigan.
and from all accounts, and I haven't seen the kid play, but just looking at his stats and his size and his speed, he looks like a heck of an athlete. But the one thing that Harbor Beach did, I think, to really take away the passing game is just if you call up enough blitzes and get to the quarterback enough, that's going to decimate any type of passing game that you can get going, and that's exactly what Beach did. And just from looking at the news anyways,
Yeah.
they got a lot of pressure on the Beecher quarterback.
And tell me you don't think of Ace Ventura when you hear Finkel.
Oh, but in a heartbeat.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
I know.
Come on.
How did we not talk about that on Wednesday?
Yeah, I don't know. I every time I hear his name, though, I immediately think of Ace Ventura. So that's where my mind goes. But no, it was all Harbor Beach. From what I've been understanding from everybody that's been going out there is their defense is just stepping up at the right time. They're peaking at the right time. Everything is rolling right along for Harbor Beach right now. I do have some stats from the game last night from Mr. Mike Gallagher. He was supposed to call in this morning. I said, I don't trust you sports writer types. You guys go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, and you don't wake up till 11 o'clock the next morning because you work so hard.
Whatever.
No, we always used to pick on Chad.
Yes, rightfully so.
Tom Gilchrist, when he was sports writer for a while.
Rightfully so, because I don't know if he's ever woken up.
Ever.
Yeah.
But no, he sent me some stuff over. He goes, "The better be safe than sorry." I'm trying to see here. I know that there was one pick six last night. Garrison Boom had a pick six last night. I'm trying to see here. I don't know. Good job. Clark Ramsey, I got to give it up to him. He's got this spreadsheet. He has 2 tabs, defense and offense, and also notes there. No, there's no notes. Never mind. Just offense. Last night, rushing the ball, leading the way was Devin Finkel, 84 yards rushing.
12 carries, I see.
Yeah, 12 carries. You probably have all the stats in the story, right?
I was looking at the M Live story. Now I go over the HDT. Yes, they are here, actually.
They are?
Yes, they are, yeah.
I'll let you take over then.
Finkel, yeah, 12 carries, 84 yards. Actually got into the end zone 3 times.
Yeah.
And his 19-yarder in the second quarter, if you saw it on channel 12, was pretty sweet looking.
Okay.
Yeah, it ran through a few people. Puff ended up with 66 yards. Hessling, 39. Anderson finished with 34. So no really big games per se. Even though it was a 35-0 game, Harbor Beach only had 249 yards of offense.
Yeah.
The pick six helps, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff like that. But the biggest thing, as you said, is the Harbor Beach defense, really stepping it up. Beach are only 132 yards of offense, so that's a huge game.
You think that last week, very emotional game, obviously against Ubley, the backyard brawl, as Clark termed it there, or coined it. It was a battle. I mean, triple overtime. They finally squeaked out with a 28-26 win, but that didn't stop them much because they powered right back and knocked off Flint Beecher last night in a big way. So their defense, I mean, trying to look here. If I do my math right, they've given up 32 points in their past 5 games. And that was 26 to Ubley and then 6 to Saginaw New Valley to start things off. But they shut out Sandusky and Lakers back-to-back weeks to end out the season. 2 top teams in the Greater Thumb East and in the Greater Thumb West, in Lakers and Sandusky. So, I mean, earlier in the season, obviously that loss to Marlette in week number 2 kind of woke the sleeping giant, and now they rolled right along. They got through the rest of the season undefeated. Help share the Greater Thumb East with Sandusky, and then beat Lakers, and rolling right on through the playoffs right now. But obviously, the next step, you got to beat the best to be the best.
Yes,
you got 2 squads coming at you. Obviously, we know Ishpeming and what they're all about. But we were talking off air, Breckenridge. You're kind of shocked by it.
Kind of a surprise type team. Formerly of the Tri-Valley, and left the Tri-Valley, I think, 2 years ago. Because they couldn't compete, and now all of a sudden, top-notch football team. So.
Yeah, they have given up. I think the stat that I saw last night before the playoffs, they'd given up 31 points. 31 points. Now that it's loaded here, they've given up 43 total points all season long. The most they gave up was to Beaverton back in week number 1. They beat them 20-19. Okay. Beaverton was a playoff team as well.
They were.
And then they beat a team in St. Clair who was, not St. Clair, excuse me. That was, that was a different team. Sorry. That was Madison.
But hats off last night. We just keep talking about the defense and the Sanders guy from Beecher, Ernest Sanders Jr. 24 touchdowns on the game. We said they're coming in. Harbor Beach did a nice job of getting a lot of pressure on the Beecher quarterback. But Sanders last night had nothing. Absolutely nothing. He had 0 yards on 3 carries and 1 catch for minus 3 yards on 3 targets.
That's the way to do it.
And the 3 targets says it all.
Yeah.
The pressure on the quarterback when you just can't get to him, get him the ball. That says it also. And hats off. Coach Shelke said Nathan Seaman played him up underneath, and then Mason Yan was up over top on him, and Mason Yan, I'm sorry, and they both did a great job.
Yeah, I mean that's a testament right there to how good the defense is. As you take their top player, who his dad a former player, his coach a former college player and NFL player, gave him just high regards, saying that he's got D1 hands, he's got D1 talent, and then shut him down like that.
Yes.
Man, that's showing something. And like you said off the air, the quarterback couldn't get anything going. Yeah. That's a big thing, is that you got to get him the ball first before he can do something with it, and shutting him down like that definitely doesn't help. So It was a tough night for Beecher and a great night for the Harbor Beach Pirates as they partied, I'm sure, late into the evening,
Sure.
into the to the morning. I wonder how many people ended up in Lake Huron just doing some late night diving.
I would have.
I mean, why not celebrate? You're
I
going
know.
to go all out. Why not?
Exactly.
So-
And, you know, this could be one of those Harbor Beach teams that, you know, win this next game and, you know, get to the finals on Thanksgiving weekend. They seem like over the past 12, 15 years where they just get this team every 3-4 years and boom, all of a sudden, wow, we're good. And,
Yeah.
you know, they had that one road bump against Marlette. Outside of that, you know, 3 shutouts now in the past 5 games, and they've just been incredible.
It's got to be, I mean, if you're Marlette, you got to be like, man, we're the only ones that have been able to beat them.
I know.
Like, you got to be pretty proud of yourself,
You're
patting
darn
yourself on the
right.
back over there. But now you're looking at Division 8. We talked about Harbor Beach could be, you know, down there. On the other side, we have Mendon, Holton, Detroit Southeastern, and Reading. The only team I really know out of the 4 of them that has been in the past is Mendon.
Yes.
I don't know much. Reading is undefeated,
But
and they're all playing today.
In Division 8 has changed so much the last couple of years because all of these teams used to be 7. Even when I think if I remember right, I haven't looked back, but I think Harbor Beach was 7 the last time they won the state championship, and that was
Yes.
just 3-4 years ago.
Right.
So, you know, and even with Beecher being, and we said 4 weeks ago, you know, Beecher, ooh, watch out, they're kind of a dark horse in Division 8, you know, and, you know, they're would have won their first regional title last night since 2012. So, you know, hats off. You know, Division 8's wide open.
And we know that Ishpeming has had Harbor Beach's number in the past.
Yes, they have.
They met up with them back in the semifinals of 2013.
When they had to go up there,
44-10 was the final in that one.
no one from the thumb was happy.
No, no, not at all. I remember that. It was quite the arguments on Facebook about that. But would they play a neutral site, right? If they
For a semifinal game,
Yeah.
maybe.
okay,
The neutral site may be the Thumb Dome.
yeah,
Or not Thumb Dome,
no,
but
I mean they
Uperdome.
They shouldn't. They might as well make a thumb dome, right?
No, we should do that.
Chris Wilcox joining us. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Word is you're building a Thumb Dome for football.
Whoa.
That's what Lakers should have done. They should have,
Whoa.
instead of this whole like little area or whatever,
Yeah.
they should have just made the thumb dome. Just made this indoor, retractable roof stadium.
I'm telling you what, that would be phenomenal.
Wouldn't
Wouldn't it?
It would be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
We'd have the Uperdome and the Thumb Dome.
I like it.
There you
Oh.
go. We need our own. Yeah. So they
Think we
Harbor
could
Beach.
get that
If
on
you
a school bond somewhere.
Yes,
Think
exactly.
that
Harbor
would
Beach,
work?
throw that on there. You
Should
guys
be-
having to
Should be in
travel.
Sandusky. They got the gym for us, so why not do the football field?
Al, can you sponsor that one? But yeah, so I mean, we know what Ishpeming is about, but Breckenridge, like we just said, you know, who knows? I mean,
I don't know.
Are they the real deal? Are they contender or pretender? I mean, that's the thing. They're going to go against Ishpeming in Ishpeming, which sounds like it's never an easy place to play, especially when there's 7 inches of snow on the ground and they're clearing out the field currently. They put out a tweet last night that said, coach, I don't remember the coach's name, was having a calling out of everybody from Ishpeming that if you support your hematites, come on out and help us clean off snow in the morning. Be there at 8 a.m.
This is Ishpeming a few minutes ago cleaning off their football field.
Oh man.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. I mean, that's UP football. I mean,
Well,
they're used to it. That's the thing. That's the scary thing is that now Breckenridge has to go into that. Not.
If you were on the radio, you'd have to watch the TV broadcast to see that picture.
Oh yeah. Well, it'll be on YouTube.
Yes.
Later on. It's not live today,
No.
but it'll be on YouTube later on.
You know, and the thing with that is, you know, I called Scotty last night. I'm like, I don't know, man. The weather, you know, I don't know if I'm going to go out. And you know, guess what? Well, Saturday games, they're a lot worse than I think what last night's going to be.
Yes.
Much more worse, to be honest with you, and especially obviously Ishpeming is, you know, hey, welcome to play football. Come on up here to the UP, and hey, oh, by the way, we got 7 inches of snow, and if it's not above 20 degrees, guess what? We're at home.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's good luck. I mean, that's something that I'm trying to look up their weather real quick, see what it's looking like. It's 27 degrees. Winds are 15 miles per hour.
Well, that's not bad.
I'm trying to see what their feels like is right now. I'll bring that up real quick. but-
Cold.
I can only imagine coming off the Lake Superior right there. Highs are 20 today, high of 23 3 with a 90% chance of precipitation. Obviously, you've seen. Winds coming out of the northwest at 15 miles per hour, so coming in right off there off the Lake Superior area. Trying to see what the feels like is. This is not telling me what I want to know at all. But cold, yeah, I'm sure. With those 50-mile-per-hour winds,
Extremely
I'm
cold.
sure you're feeling that. And it was a year ago today or tomorrow that I was out at Deckerville, and I called that game with Thumb Tailgater, and it was cold then, and it was 2 years ago. Anyways, it was cold then, but I would probably be more complaining if I was up in Ishpeming, unless they probably have an indoor box.
Might not have a box at all.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. They're like, you got to tough it out. But snow for at least 120 minutes up in Ishpeming right now. So I can tell you that much right now. Yeah, so it's gonna be cold. That's all that really matters. And on the other side, again, Mendon at Holton. That's 1:00. Detroit Southeastern at Reading. That is at Hillsdale, and that is going to be at 1:00 as well today. So some big games that I'm sure Harbor Beach will be paying attention to around the area, and maybe they all took off last night and went up to Ishpeming to go take in that game to get a look at the squad. 4 to 8 inches of snow. 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected all the way through until the end of this morning. That started on Thursday. Real feel right now. Here it is. Real feel this morning. You said kickoff is at 1:00, right?
I believe so, yes.
Kickoff 1:00, 25 degrees with a feels like of 16.
It's not bad.
It's 7 out right now.
Oh, gosh.
That's what it feels like up there.
Early November.
Yeah,
exactly.
early November, exactly.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out. We got plenty more to talk about. We got football, we got volleyball, and...
we still have football team in the area? Never known it by the coverage around here. Ouch.
We'll leave it right there. I'll come back. We got more Let's Talk Sports. It is Classic Rock.
We'll cover it for you.
We got you.
Classic Rock I-92.
Are you looking for new furniture, flooring, appliances? The place to go in the Thumb is Schneeberger's in downtown Cass City. At Schneeberger's, choose from hundreds of models on floor, in stock, right now, ready to go. So whether it's a Lazy Boy chair, sofa, or love seat, they've got it at Schneeberger's in downtown Cass City. Maybe you're looking for flooring. Well, Schneeberger's has that too. Everything from laminate, wood, tile, whatever it is you need. If you want to get it at the best price around, then you need to go to Schneeberger's in downtown Cass City today.
Do some of your most important purchases many times feel like you're standing in a never-ending line? You're surrounded by people in front of you, behind you, everyone's impatient, and it seems like you have to hurry to make your buying decision.
Number 27, please.
You can avoid that feeling of being rushed with Thumb Cellular. It's time to call Tanya Rubin, Thumb Cellular Sales Executive. Just call Tanya at 989-553-5282 and set up an appointment at your nearest Thumb Cellular office. You won't have to stand in line, and Tanya can advise you on all your options so you can relax and choose the phone and plan that's just right for you. And if you can't make it to a Thumb Cellular office, Tanya can meet you at your home or business. It's cell phone buying the right way, your way, only from your local cellular provider, Thumb Cellular.
If you're ready for a better cellular experience, call me for an appointment, Tanya Rubin, at 989-553-5282. Remember, at Thumb Cellular, we've got you covered.
Also, learn how to better use your phone during Tuesdays with Tanya. This coming Tuesday at the Caro office from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for one-on-one help with your mobile phone questions.
You've always heard this saying, accidents happen. And when they do, take your vehicle to the Bell-Wastick Collision Center for the best service around. Their collision center is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, and they accept all insurances, so no need to worry. Plus, they understand you still need to get around even if you don't have your wheels, so they offer free new loaner cars. Bell-Wastick Collision Center aims to relieve some of the inconvenience and stress in any way they can. For more info, call them today at 673-6126 or check them out online at bellwastick.com.
Are you looking for new furniture, flooring, appliances? The place to go in the Thumb is Schneeberger's in downtown Cass City. At Schneeberger's, choose from hundreds of models on floor, in stock, right now, ready to go. So whether it's a Lazy Boy chair, sofa, or love seat, they've got it at Schneeberger's in downtown Cass City. Maybe you're looking for flooring. Well, Schneeberger's has that too. Everything from laminate, wood, tile, whatever it is you need. If you want to get it at the best price around, then you need to go to Schneeberger's in downtown Cass City today.
Whether it's commercial or residential, it has been Midwest Water Treatment since 1978. Midwest Water Treatment handles water heater and pump installation, sales, and service. No matter what your water problem is, Midwest Water is the solution. So stop by Midwest Water Treatment at 111 West Congress in Caro and ask how you can own or rent to own water softeners and conditioners with financing available. To begin your 30-day trial, call 673-5277 today.
Weather brought to you by Thumb Cooling and Heating, with stores in Cass City and Caro. If you need it cold or need it hot, give Thumb Cooling and Heating a shot. I-92 weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the Thumb's Classic Rock I-92 weatherology forecast. Chance of scattered snow showers. Today, otherwise mainly cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 36. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. Lows level off around 27. Tonight, overcast skies. Cloudy skies. Tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 37. A dusting of snow today. And that's the Thumb's Classic Rock I-92 weather forecast. I'm weatherology meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 28.
This is the boys' Caro Cross Country team, and you're listening to Let's Talk Sports.
The enthusiasm is real in that one, guys.
It was very real.
I bet you they felt a little bit better. It was last week? Yeah, not last Saturday. After they won.
Yes.
I'm sure they're a little bit more excited. They're probably like, yay.
Wow.
No, that's Caro Cross Country Squad. We had them in the studio a couple weeks ago, almost a month ago now.
Almost.
Yes.
Probably. And, they took home their first team title in cross country since 1980, and Yami is a three-peat champion.
And an Oakland Grizzly.
And an Oakland
there you go.
Golden Grizzly. Heck of a pickup there for Oakland.
Well, look what Oakland's picked up the last 2 years from the Thumb.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You know, and now him, Hannah Hall, and
Storm out of Marlette.
And also Schaub.
And then
Schaub.
Schaub.
Emily Schaub. Yeah, that's what I was just the last 2 years. I was like, wow, that's some good track type athletes.
Yeah,
you know?
They were also they had the head coach on Twitter had a picture. I think he was with I want to say it was the guy that finished third to Yami.
Okay.
They're also trying to get him to come too. I'm like, man, if they can get him and Yami,
second and third.
So if they got the top three, like holy cow, it's pretty big. But congrats to Yami. It's a big get for Oakland, and congratulations to the entire Caro Cross Country squad as they took home some hardware last Saturday down in Brooklyn at Michigan International Speedway. All right, where are we going to head next? What one of the other locations can we head to next that we can talk about?
Real quick, football.
Let's finish it up with Frankenmuth. Frankenmuth obviously going to be back in action this afternoon, taking on Portland. After knocking off Elmont 28-22 last week, regional action, taking on Portland. And I don't know too much about this Portland squad. I know that they're the Red Raiders.
Last night via text if we were going to cover the game, and I'm like, we'll cover it for you on LTS.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but that's about as much as you're going to get out of us.
Yeah.
I think, and they're the Portland Red Raiders, but they're a bird as their mascot.
Yeah.
So I thought they were the Portland Cardinals at first. So that's what I wrote down when I saw their mascot or their helmet one time. It popped up, and then I went and looked. I'm like, oh, they're the Red Raiders. Okay, all right. So that's
well, it's going to boil down to if Portland can run the ball or not. Frankenmuth is averaging just under 300 yards rushing per game on the year, 295, and they only give up about 78. If Portland can slow down Frankenmuth's run game, with that inverted veer, with whatever quarterback's in there, or Alex Aglia.
There's no Y, right?
Yeah.
Aglia, something like I forget what it was now when we were over Frankenmuth.
There's no Y.
I thought it was Agalia, wasn't it?
Agalia.
Yeah, Agalia. That's what it was.
There we
Yes,
go.
yes. If Portland can somehow slow down those three, they'll have some success. And I don't think so. I said it before the year started. Even before Frankenmuth lost to Swan Valley the way they did, lost to Freeland, I thought this Frankenmuth team was going to win the state championship no matter what.
He did. We can go back in the archives if you need us to, because I remember him saying that.
The only bad thing is they're going to run into Swan Valley again.
Exactly. Yeah, they're on the other side, right?
Yes, they're on the other side.
Right.
So at some point they're going to run into Swan Valley again. But it won't surprise me if Franklin wins this game and is playing Thanksgiving weekend.
Playing against Marine City on
Yeah.
top of that, yeah. So, you mean against Swan Valley in the finals? You think?
Yes.
You think
yeah.
that's where
Oh,
Franklin's going to end up?
Mhm.
All right.
I do.
Bold statement of the day. There you go. He's sticking with
I
it.
just think they're that good.
That's a feather in the cap right there.
You know, even without Connor Campbell.
Yeah.
You know, Devin Rife, I'm probably just as good.
Yeah, he did a heck of a job last week, taking them to that win over Almont. So hopefully their luck hasn't run out. Obviously, they were able to score a last-minute touchdown once again against Almont, get the interception to seal the deal. If you're wondering who Portland has played this year, Ovid LC, Corunna, Lansing Sexton, Charlotte, Catholic Central, Eaton Rapids, Ionia, Pontiac Notre Dame Prep, Montague, Ovid LC yet again. So they played. Their two playoff teams that they have played are teams that they played in the regular season as well. So, I mean, you take what you want out of the playoff wins. I mean, they've already taken care of those teams one time before. I don't know how good. I know you can't. Lansing Catholic Central is usually pretty good. I don't know. I know that their booth is subpar. Remember?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's a little chilly up there.
So
it's not heated.
Not heated, no.
Just looking at some Franklin stats here. Do you remember offhand what Nick Hartman had against Millington receiving wise over
goodness. I think it was 163.
Yeah,
it was 160 or 150.
On what, 8 receptions?
Yeah, it was like 8 receptions. Yeah, it was 6, 8, something like that.
He had 3 touchdowns?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. On the year, and he's only caught balls in 9 games out of the 11 they've played in. Or maybe he's missed 2 games, I don't know. 18 receptions to lead the team, 424 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Wow. I mean,
wow.
And Saginaw Valley was at that Millington game to watch it.
They throw it a lot.
I guess they just throw it against Millington.
Well, they threw it against Millington.
They used up quite a bit of those passes in the Millington
Holy
game.
cow.
Yeah, that's...
I'd have figured him for 50 reception year.
Yeah. He looked like he was thrown to a lot in that game. Obviously, it wasn't just that game.
Oh, wow.
We'll see if they... you think they'll have to go to the air against this Portland squad? I don't know too much about them.
Quite possibility. Obviously there, but, you know...
They can do it.
We'll
know
see
that.
if Rife is there. Rife threw 10 times last week, 4 of 10 passing against Almont, which, Connor Campbell in 9 games only thrown 70 times. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Well,
I guess one thing you can kind of take out of it too, right, is Frankenmuth seems to be this like second half team.
Yes.
And hopefully for their sake they don't get down early to a Portland squad in a deep hole or deep deficit by halftime. They seem to play. I'm not saying much better, but they just seem to come out with a little bit more swag after halftime or whatever it is. They come out after halftime and they just kind of punch you in the mouth and they just keep going a little bit.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've noticed with Coach Phil Martin that he has done since he's been in Frankenmuth. And I don't know if it's something that he learned from the other schools he was at, because he didn't have a very good record before he got to Frankenmuth, career record. Got to Frankenmuth and took off, and that was one of the things his teams have been known for since he's gotten to Frankenmuth is they make very good adjustments at halftime. And the coaching staff overall is very good. Hey, let's do this, coach. Let's do this. Obviously, he listens to him.
Well, and that's what you have assistants for, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the assistants are there to obviously help you out, whether it's an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, things of that nature. To listen to those guys is one of the things that you should do, obviously, as a head coach. I mean, obviously it's your job to make the final call, and if you want to make those adjustments. But Christian, you're right. I mean, as you're looking at the record beforehand, I mean, not very good, but since being in Frankenmuth, I mean, a very good record, and it scares me a little bit. I thought we were in for a real dandy, calling the Frankenmuth Millington game, and going in at halftime, and second half turn around and said, all right, we're going to be in for a dandy second half, and it just went completely the opposite way. And Frankenmuth kind of did the same thing to Almont last week too.
They did.
So
second year in a row.
Yeah. Welcome to the Tri-Valley.
Yes.
And I was, the only thing I know about Portland is I drove through it one time, and it was in 2015. If you guys remember what happened in 2015 in Portland. There was a tornado that went through
Yes.
there.
Mhm.
And my wife now and I were over there, and we drove through it to get coffee, and it was wrecked. I'm like, yeah, it didn't hit me at first. I'm like, man, what happened to this place? Like, I didn't know if it was kind of like run down, or if it was like a former like big town or whatever. And then it hit me. I'm like, oh, there was a tornado here like a month ago. It was wrecked. Obviously they built back up, and that's I mean, that's something they can share, because the tornado hit Frankenmuth
that's true.
10, 15, 20 years ago.
1996.
It's been that long already?
Yeah.
Holy cow. I remember when that happened. And but, I mean, that's about all I know about Portland.
I'll never forget the date because it destroyed the brewery.
Yes, that's right. And then didn't they have like some kind of globe type monument or something like that down next across the road from it, and they tore that out too?
Yep.
That little area.
Yeah,
Oh,
the old
right.
St. John's Church was destroyed.
Yeah.
And then they built a new one down the road there, out on Franklin Road now.
Wow. Yeah, so there you go. That's about all I know about Portland. I'm sure they're saying, oh, that's the Christmas Village coming to town. That's what you always, or the home of Greta Van Fleet is.
Yes. And you know, that may be the new name now. No longer Christmas Village.
The Greta Van Fleet town.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to that concert 2 weeks ago in Detroit. There was guys or people wearing Franken von Muth shirts.
Franken von Muth.
So they've taken over.
That's awesome.
It's forget Bronner's now. It's all about Greta Van Fleet over there. But yeah, so I mean, it's Frankenmuth's already surprised a lot of people, I think, by getting last week by Almont, and now they can continue to roll right along. So I guess they're playing that underdog role right now in a way. It's weird to say that about Frankenmuth, but they're playing that underdog role going in. There's almost 22 points, playoff points between them and Portland. And that's a 1 o'clock game, too, by the way.
I thought it was 3.
I got 1 on MHSA.
Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong one. The 3 is Pickford.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 is Pickford.
Okay. And Hudson Unity Christian and Kalamazoo Hackett play at 3 o'clock as well.
Yes.
In case you wanted to go to Vicksburg, just in case you guys are on your way. Reed City, Saginaw, Swan Valley are playing today as well in Division 5, which we talked about. And, we know Swan Valley is all about, but Reed City, it looks like they can match them pound for pound.
Yeah, they play some football.
Looks like it's going to be a heck of a slugfest.
Always have, too. They're always... It always seems like Reed City's in the playoffs through the regionals somewhere, and then they get knocked off and never get any far. Almost like a Millington, get that regional title maybe every 3-4 years or so, and then just never go any farther than that.
Yeah, I think one of the stats that I heard, I think we were driving home from the new Lothrop game. We were listening to ESPN and or 100.9, and one of the stats were that Swan Valley nor Reed City have given up over 100 points this year.
Wow.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, if I remember correctly, I believe that was one of the biggest stats out there.
Wow.
But both teams were scoring quite a bit of points. Obviously, we know Swan Valley can put up the points. So can
you're right.
I believe Reed City was actually putting up more points than what Swan Valley was at the time. I don't remember the exact number.
They still are.
Yeah, it's like 500 and something, wasn't
the
it?
season totals, including playoffs right now, 470-98 for Saginaw Swan Valley, 539-68 for Reed City.
Yeah, there you go.
And Reed City's only given up a touchdown in the playoffs so far.
68 points in the season through 11 games.
That's
well, Breckenridge only's given up 40 some.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I mean, it's unreal. Some of these defenses out there, and and somebody said to me on Facebook, they said Harbor Beach's defense is legit. I'm like, I agree. Their defense is stepping up in a big way right now. But there's
in fact, Swan Valley has given up 98 points on the season, hasn't thrown a shutout.
Not one.
Not one.
That was another thing about Breckenridge
and
too. Going back to the
2 20-point games they've given up too.
Wow. Breckenridge is they have, I think it was 6 shutouts, 7 if you include a forfeit that they received, but they have 6 shutouts so far this year. So it just, I guess, depends on strength of the opponent. But yeah, looking at it right here, Saginaw Swan Valley is not. Oh no, they have one, Carlton.
Oh,
they shut them out 33-0.
I see it there now. Yes.
So that was that. Yeah, but still, that's the only one. Has Reed City given up one, or have they got any shutouts?
I'm looking right now. Yeah, they beat Stanton Central Montcalm 80-0.
And that's not 8-player, folks.
Did you say 80 like 80? Is
that D5 too?
Yeah, because it's conference game.
Holy cow! Yeah. That's a lot of points. It's like Michigan Rutgers a couple years ago.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, so it could be a very interesting game.
Actually, they have two more. Leroy Pine River 46-0. They beat Remus Chippewa Hills 40-0. And then in the first round of the playoffs, they beat Benzonia Benzie Central 42-zip.
You ever been through Benzie Central?
I have not.
There. There's really nothing. It's tiny.
Really?
But they have...
It must be a large area. Then
it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be a very because they have a heck of a cross country team from what I understand.
Okay.
I guess they're very, very good. I think it's who I'm thinking of. But right, Benzie Central. It's up by Traverse City, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so I am right. All right. And then they played Clare last week, 38-7. Reed City did, and now Saginaw Swan Valley. So maybe one of those teams that sneaks up out of nowhere when everyone thinking Swan Valley could be the favorite. And,
it's a repeat from last year. Swan Valley beat them in the semis, 29-14.
Yeah, 14. And Reed City was pretty good last year, but not as good as they are this year.
Yes.
Speaking of teams that have snuck up, we'll stay right here with you guys, and we'll talk about a squad that we saw last week, New Lothrop. We were calling it last week. We were saying this is going to be a very good game against Pewamo Westphalia. And I talked to Dave Less the other day, and he said, does New Lothrop have anything for them? PW seems like they're on a different level. I'm like, I'm telling you, New Lothrop is legit. Like, they have some very, very good athletes. They're fun to watch. They can do a ton with the ball. I said they're gonna get them running for their money, if not beat them. He's like, wow, okay, all right, So seeing them come out last night and win wasn't a big surprise, but it was like, wow, like they are legit.
I think it was a surprise to a certain level. Obviously, it was 7-0 at halftime. Then New Lothrop ended up scoring. I believe it was Avery Moore. I think that was an Avery Moore rushing touchdown. Put them up 7-6. Obviously, the wind over there. The field got moved anyways, or they moved to Chesaning. It was supposed to be played in New Lothrop, which I could only imagine what that field would have looked like this week after all the rain and snow and everything. It was horrible conditions last week. But, a 7-6 ball game. Then they stopped Pewamo Westphalia. And then, they ended up getting the ball back, ended up scoring again, make it a 12-7 ball game. Then Pewamo comes right back after taking a hit in the mouth. They end up scoring. I believe they went up 14-12. Then after that, it was all New Lothrop as they put it away in the winding seconds. What was the final on that? What was it? 26-14
last night?
Yeah,
26-14.
Yeah, 26-14. They ended up putting it away. I think it was a 32-yard touchdown or 23-yard touchdown by Aiden. Is it Aiden Harrison, right? Or is it Harrison?
Yeah, Aiden Harrison. Yeah,
Aiden Harrison, the Missouri commit, and on a jet sweep and kind of put that ball game away. But once again, Avery Moore. You see, I don't know if anybody saw the highlights last night, but my gosh, the kid is just a wrecking. Thing is he's a junior. I listened to the game a little bit on the radio, and they're like, you're probably not going to see New Lothrop throw a lot tonight. Especially into the wind. Well, guess what? They're like, he's throwing the ball into the wind, and it's like he's cutting butter. It's just like nice, easy through the wind, and he had a great night last night.
Solid quarterback.
Oh my gosh,
big kid.
Oh,
isn't
he is a huge kid. Yeah. And if obviously you weren't able to see their backup last night, Carson Orr, but you want to talk about? I think actually he's actually bigger than what Avery Moore is. Yeah. Which is scary. And
Cameron Orr.
Or Cameron. Yeah, Cameron.
Yes.
Sorry. And
who's a heck of a baseball player.
Yeah. And I don't know. Really, the score didn't surprise me last night. We knew, obviously, Pewamo Westphalia knocked off Ithaca. Millington knocked off Ithaca. So it's just kind of one of those things, right? Ithaca's got that mystical thing going on. And, hey, anytime you can go into Ithaca and knock them off or even knock them off outside of Ithaca is always huge.
Did you see the flea flicker pass?
Yes.
That was sweet.
Yes.
That was so they pulled out all the stops for PW. Exactly. You have to when you go in there, you have to pull out some trickery.
You lost to them last year.
Well, exactly. It was like 371 days since they lost to them last year. They were counting. They were counting on a board how many days it had been since they lost to them. They're going to meet up again. So number 1, number 2 team in the state in D7 going at it.
It was November 3rd last year. Probably November 4th. So
there you go.
Would have been on Saturday. Probably.
Cass City, you put up more points against them than PW did.
You
just
did.
Saying.
Absolutely. Putting it out
Doesn't matter who you did it against, if it was the backups or not. You still put up more points
did.
on the scoreboard against New Lothrop. But and that's last week when we saw them. We were very impressed with them. I didn't know what else to say about them. They just were dominant. They in every sense of the way. They took over every part of the game against Cass City and just were rolling right along. And the one team that outside of PW, because you said, that's probably the state title game in my mind.
Yeah.
But the people in the booth disagreed, and they said Madison Heights Madison looks pretty legit. And if you look at their schedule, we kind of talked about it. I accidentally said the wrong team earlier. They had played St. Clair this year and beat them, who are a Division 5 team, who just destroyed North Branch last week. So, and then Yale in the first week. So they're pretty legit as well.
I would think so as well. It was just, when did Millington play them? 3 years ago. That was as a Division 5 school that both schools were. And Millington's now a 6, and
I think it was
now
3 years.
Now all of a sudden Madison Heights Madison is a 7. So, ouch. That's scary for anybody who's got to play them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just I'm trying to bring them up here on the screen. They've been up 102 this year. I mean they beat Marysville, they beat St. Clair, Marine City, obviously. I mean they beat in the playoffs. They beat Royal Oak Shrine, Detroit Loyola. They've shut them out, back-to-back shutouts, and now they get Riverview, Gabriel Richard, and the winner from that. I don't think they would meet them into the finals. I think they're on the other side of the bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. So it's still, I mean, because New Lothrop now gets Lake City, who I don't know anything about them, but they're undefeated as well. So I don't know if they're any good.
They beat Ross Common last night, I believe.
Is that who they beat?
Yeah.
Yes, 34-28 in that one. So, yeah, I mean, Madison Heights Madison won yesterday against Riverview Gabriel Richard, 44-7. So they took care of business, and now they take on the winner of Cassopolis and Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central. So, yeah, Madison Heights Madison, a legit team, and New Lothrop. I know they're not in our listening area, but, I mean, we were just so impressed with them last week, and the win over PW is it's got the same type of headline grabbing news as Millington knocking off Ithaca a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like going into it, you're like, man, PW is the legit contender. I think when they did the selection Sunday, they asked who the Division 7 team was to beat, and I think they said Pomoama Westphalia was the team to beat.
And what New Lothrop has done over the last 15 years or so, 2000, they started winning really big around 2000, but 2003 is when they really kicked it into shape, I guess I want to say, with scoring a ton of points. What they've done as a school, the size of all the schools here in the Thumb, is just amazing. They've never been, well, I guess at one point they were down to 229 students, back up to 302 now, 302, but this is the first time they've been above 300 students ever. It's just amazing what they've done with this school that size. Everyone in all sports. Yeah. They've done this in women's girls basketball. They've done it in volleyball. We know they've done it in baseball the last few years. It's just amazing what their sports program does.
Yeah, they've done a great job, and just to point it out here, the last team to beat them in a regional game was Ubley. So the Thumb teams have had their number.
Yes.
We'll see if it happens again within the next couple of years. As we remember, Harbor Beach beat them. Going into that game, I remember that game. I went over and watched it. The whole season before that Harbor Beach game, they had given up, I believe it was like something like 30-some points the entire season, and Harbor Beach went and dropped 56 on them. So
2012?
Yeah.
Let me look here, 97. Yeah, they give 97 out of the year and 56 to Harbor Beach.
So there you go.
Boom.
That's a big
drop
game.
Is what they just
yes.
did.
Yeah, that's the Thumb rolling in there and
including I guess they had given up 6 to Mayville. That was the year that Mayville made the playoffs.
That was the year Mayville slipped in, and
they got beat 60-6. But before Mayville had scored that 6, they were in the process of 7 straight shutouts.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a big year for them. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next week for New Lothrop.
Look at, in all fairness, look at the conference that New Lothrop was in. See how many 8-man schools are in this conference. Byron, Bendel, Atherton, not any good. Hamady, can be good sometimes. Dryden is now 8-man. Bentley, Weberville 8-man. Morris 8-man. Genesee 8-man. Mayville 8-man.
Yeah. It's a whole different time period then, but. That was it was a big year for them, and then a couple years later, Ubley went in there and shocked them, but they're not going to get shocked this time as PW gets taken out. New Lothrop moving right along as the Hornets Sting, the Pirates. Christian used to do it. I mean, didn't he used to say like that?
Yes.
The,
Darn right.
I'll never forget the Owendale Gagetown Bulldogs got neutered by I can't remember who it was, but that was one of the first ones I remember hearing. But nonetheless, that's pretty much all of our local-ish.
Yeah, we got
football. Yes,
I was gonna say just real quick though, we got Pickford. Pickford's playing today
Yes.
against Augrey for a trip to the finals.
Yes,
big game.
Maurice just rolled their way on in
against the
Magi.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No magic there. It's that was a disappearing act by Cologne.
Obviously, they're not in the area, but they're in that NCTL.
Yeah,
whatever
Maurice
conference,
doing work.
But, yeah, I mean it's kind of cool to see a conference team.
Conference team, yes,
yeah, from the
exactly.
area.
Yeah, the pride of the NCTL is what Mike called them last night. But former sports director here, Derek Bosley, obviously probably waking up with tears in his eyes as Cedarville was knocked out last night by Rapid River, 36-30.
Pickford's still there, though.
Pickford, yes. Yep. The Eastern UP very well represented, that's for sure. Portland St. Patrick taking on Onekama today at 1 o'clock as well. So we're already talking 8-player finals next week in Division 1 and Division 2. So, and then we'll be coming up next week in...
I just wish those were closer.
Oh, I know. I know.
I want to go... I'm hoping my cousin's kids' team is going to be there in the finals. I'm not driving to Superior Dome.
They should, they have a Division 1 and a Division 2. They should have a Division. This is going to sound selfish of me because we already have Ford Field, but they should have Division 1 in the UP, have it there, and then find somewhere cool down here.
I don't know.
I don't know where. Where would you put it? I mean,
there's nothing indoors
unless you take it to Ford Field again.
And there's
we know that argument.
Yeah. You have to drop Division 8.
Yeah. There's really, I guess, I mean, it's a good place to have it, but it just stinks it's so far away.
I was going to say, Saginaw Valley is not a full 100-yard field, is it? It is.
Yeah.
The indoor.
We're getting told no in the background.
Is it? I think it is.
Inside?
Inside, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a full. I think it
Wow.
might be a full 100.
How cool would that be? I don't remember now. Since the last time I was
And this is bad of me because last weekend I had practice over there and I didn't even look. But I was thinking baseball instead of football on my mind.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Nope.
Is it short? It's 80?
85 yard.
85. Okay.
You were proven wrong.
Now,
Our camera guy knew more than you did. What the?
I know.
Like I said, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
All right. So he's got an inside scoop there.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So 85-yard football field with field turf. Man, they just 15 more yards. They would have been able to do it. That'd been sweet.
Or if they would just redo the rules and make it an 80-yard field, it'd be okay.
For 8 men, hey, why not?
Be all taken care of. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back. We got volleyball to cover. You got plenty of teams still left in that coming up on Tuesday. So stick around. It is Let's Talk Sports right here, Classic Rock I-92.
The Thumb's only road to pure classic rock. I-92. Summertime is the time to get a vehicle wrapped around yourself that's all new to you. How about a great deal on an 09 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab 1500 LT? It has a 5-liter 8-cylinder plus power windows, locks, Sirius XM radio, and all the gadgets for $11,000. Or step up to a 2016 GM certified Chevy Silverado regular cab 2500 HD work truck. Just one owner and a local trade. It has a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Call Moore Shoreline at 989-883-2100. All prices plus tax and dock fees. See Moore Shoreline for details.
Darren College, a former NFL Super Bowl champion, signed the most important contract of his life to serve in the Army National Guard.
The National Guard for me was a perfect fit. I've had a lot of military in my family. It's a big part of what my family's done for a long time. I want to go out there and make a difference. I want to be a part of something bigger than myself. I didn't find that in the normal day-to-day life. I didn't find that working behind a desk. I realized being hands-on and being a soldier was something that would keep me active, keep me outside, keep me in that team environment that I craved and that I needed so much. And then the opportunity to serve my community and serve my country was just icing on the cake. I wanted to be in Boise, Idaho. I wanted to be home. The National Guard gave me the opportunity to stay right where I was, serve my country and my community, and it was the best of both worlds. I grew up flying bush planes in Alaska with my dad. I was fortunate enough to get my pilot's license. I wanted to be in helicopters. I wanted to be a crew chief. The Army National Guard gave me a chance to fly helicopters now instead of fixed-wing aircraft.
To learn how to be part of the Army National Guard, log on to nationalguard.com. Sponsored by the Michigan Army National Guard. Aired by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Do you have sales experience but no room for growth? help us help you. Mike Young Buick GMC in Frankenmuth is looking for a talented and outgoing sales representative to join our sales team. We offer aggressive pay with huge earning potential, benefits, paid vacation, and full training and support. So if you have sales experience and want to be a part of our future growth, then be sure to send your resume to office@mikeyoung.com.
We all love the small town life. It's why we live in the Thumb. It's about spending time with friends around the campfire. It's about seeing friends and neighbors when you go to the grocery store. It's about knowing the people in your neighborhood. It's one of the great things about our amazing community in the Thumb, and it's one of the things that Thumb Cellular holds dear. We treat our customers like our neighbors because they are our neighbors. You know a phone call to our offices isn't being answered in another state or another country. You get personal service from your friends and neighbors. It's local people giving you local service from your local cellular company, Thumb Cellular. It's why we became a local cellular carrier and why we are staying local. There's nothing like the small town life. Experience the Thumb Cellular difference with locations in Bad Axe, Caro, Pigeon, and Sandusky. The talk of the Thumb.
The Sebring Chamber of Commerce invites you to the Spirit of Christmas Festival on November 17th. Dress warm for the Santa Run at Bayshore Camp at 8 that morning. The parade comes in early on Center Street at 10:30, and you can go straight from that to the carriage rides at 1 in the main park. Park your car and ride the shuttle from Moore Shoreline to downtown Sebring from noon till 4, and enjoy food vendors at Moore Shoreline and downtown. Plus, meet Frosty at Moore Shoreline in his workshop, and participate in the free craft for children 5 and under. Each child that participates in the craft gets a ticket to Poke a Tree at the main park for prizes. Get your selfie with Santa at the main park from 5 till 8 while you enjoy the community tree lighting at 6. Right at the main park with bonfires, live music, and carolers from Christ the King. And remember, from November 5th through the 17th, help feed the hungry in the area by donating in the Festival of Trees and get a chance to win one of the trees. Visit www.sebringchamber.com for contact information or find them on Facebook.
You've always heard this saying, accidents happen, and when they do, take your vehicle to the Balwastic Collision Center for the best service around. Their collision center is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, and they accept all insurances, so no need to worry. Plus, they understand you still need to get around even if you don't have your wheels, so they offer free new loaner cars. Balwastic Collision Center aims to relieve some of the inconvenience and stress in any way they can. For more info, call them today at 673-6126 or check them out online at balwastic.com.
Weather brought to you by Thumb Cooling and Heating, with stores in Cass City and Caro. If you need it cold or need it hot, give Thumb Cooling and Heating a shot. I-92 weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the Thumb's Classic Rock I-92 weatherology forecast. Chance of scattered snow showers. Today, otherwise mainly cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 36. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. Lows level off around 27. Tonight, overcast skies. Cloudy skies. Tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 37. A dusting of snow today. And that's the Thumb's Classic Rock I-92 weather forecast. I'm weatherology meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 31.
This is Carly Smith from Kingston, and you're listening to Let's Talk Sports.
Miss Carly Smith, regional champ. Miss Carly Smith, as we're going to be talking a little bit of volleyball right now, as big night, big week for the Thumb. I got a couple teams moving on. Brown City doing business as they took out the home Madison Knights Bishop Foley, and then they went on to take on. Oh man, I can't remember the name of the team now off the top of my head.
Who's that?
The team that Brown City beat in volleyball. Oh, come on. Rochester Lutheran?
Could be. Macomb Lutheran?
No, it was Rochester somebody.
Okay.
Rochester Hills Lutheran, yes.
Okay.
And then on the other side of that bracket, in Bad Axe, the regional 24 was USA taking out their Greater Thumb West foe, Reese, 3-1. But we'll take a step back. Big game on Tuesday night, and what was only a 3-set game, but from what everybody said, USA did not want to go another set with Millington because
no.
I mean all men did what, 28-26 or
the last two ended 28-26. First game was 25-17 16.
Wow.
So it wasn't that, but the last two sets were 28-26 USA over Millington, and everything I heard, they were just incredible sets and really competitive, fun volleyball.
Yeah, and that's the thing about USA is that usually they lose a set, but they must have been playing. Yeah. I'm gonna guess they slept well that night against after they playing against Millington.
Oh yeah, Riley Zimmer is just that good.
Yeah, she's
and of course you got Schember and
Grace Williamson.
Yeah, Grace Williamson, but it is the straw that stirs the drink, and that's Riley Zimmer.
Yeah,
it really is.
That's for sure. I mean, big night for Riley, or big week for Riley and the entire USA squad. Coach Rose, Mike sent me over a quote or some audio from her, and I was gonna cue it up, but then I got here late. And whatever. I'll just tell you what she said. She basically said that they have the experience with Schember and Riley, but they have a young squad, and they have some really good players that are coming up yet again, which, surprise, surprise, USA has good volleyball talent coming up. But, that helps out quite a bit. And when you have a player like Riley Zimmer out there, and what a heck of a steal SVSU got there in volleyball.
Oh, you're not kidding there.
They go on in and take out Reese and do what they do and move on to quarterfinal action, and now take on Brown City Green Devils, who they know a little bit about.
Yeah. Well, just in the Reese game alone, Riley Zimmer, 25 kills, 16 gigs. 16 digs. Yeah, she's a computer. 16 digs.
She might be a robot.
Aces. Exactly. But Nicole Schember moved from 11th to 7th in assists in a season. According to the MHSA record book, she had 59 assists against Reese.
1,500 on the season.
1,500 on the season.
I look
Just
at some of the stats we got in for the season.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, 400, 600 assists. And then I see hers, and it's like 1,500. I'm like,
well, about 3/4 of the way through the season, when we were talking last week to Addie Cooper from Millington, she broke the Millington one at 638. Single season assist record. I'm assuming she probably finished somewhere around 850 or so.
And that's still a nice number to have.
Yeah, that's a big number, yeah.
That's half of what Schember just had.
Yeah, that's unreal. Yeah, that's huge. And there's no telling. This team more than likely going to end up in Battle Creek.
Oh, yes.
Unless Brown City has something to say about it, which don't count out the Brown City Green Devils, but
coached awfully well.
Very well, yes. And obviously a heck of a player in Kendall Muxlow over there, and a heck of a team, but...
Who's that?
Who's Kendall Muxlow?
She plays basketball, doesn't she?
Oh, okay.
Isn't she a good... Yeah, she's a pretty good basketball player. We got a phone call coming in, guys.
Hey, Bob.
I think you're right, actually. Let's talk sports. Good morning.
This is Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Right. What's up, Bob?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. What you been up to?
Nothing.
So what are you doing on this cold, windy day?
I'm not. I'm indoors.
You're indoors?
I'm staying indoors all day.
I don't blame you there.
Great idea.
I'm going dancing tonight.
Uh-oh.
Dancing?
Who's the lucky?
Dancing night.
Who's the lucky girl?
It's a bunch of ladies and stuff.
Oh, okay.
What do you say?
Were you line dancing, or what are you doing, Bob?
It's every Saturday night.
What's that?
I clocked in now. The reason I like it because it's called Ladies' Choice.
Ladies' Choice?
And Tom said he could go sometime.
Ladies' Choice, and they always choose Bob, right?
And then there's a munching.
Okay.
I've been doing this for a long time.
You gonna get down tonight then?
It's every other Saturday night.
Every other Saturday. So it keeps you active, huh?
They play slow music and stuff.
Okay.
It's mostly old ladies.
And where's this at again?
Hey, Kristen.
Yes, buddy.
I caught Haley last night.
You did? Where at?
She really couldn't. I just probably call. I call her once in a while.
Okay.
And she said she's doing really good.
Yes, she is. Yep, she sure is. She sure is.
And I called her last night, but she called me right back.
Yep, good. Hey, we're coming over on the 20th to see you guys.
Yep, scrimmage?
It's a scrimmage, yep.
They actually set it up for you, Bob.
Boys starting this season?
What's that?
What do you think about boys starting this season
Oh,
first?
I kind of like it. Gave me an extra week to relax and get some things ready for the season.
It's something about over a conflict over the Safe Ham East Lansing.
Yes, yep. It had to do with the Lansing, getting everything ready down there.
Something over about the conflict.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Coach Leslie was telling me.
Okay.
So, Bub, is Michigan State going to win today?
Yep.
Yep.
I hope so, even though I don't.
Michigan going to win?
Huh?
Is Michigan going to win?
Yep.
Yep. He said that with a little bit
That
of
was-
less
yeah, that
enthusiasm.
was- yeah.
Yep.
Go Spartans.
There you go. All right, Bub. Well, enjoy your dance tonight. Get down.
Tom keeps saying he's going to come. Get him to go.
You and Tom, the lady killers. I tell you what, you guys out there together.
you guys should try it sometime too.
Yeah. We'll Christian throw on the bell bottoms.
It's right at the Maple Valley School.
Okay, in Sandusky. Yep. All
I'll
right.
get Gilchrist to come with me.
I think Christian's got more rhythm than both of us.
Hey, Kristen,
Yeah, buddy.
you going to bring my niece up?
You know what? It's going to be hard to leave her down. She's very, very fast. She's very fast.
really
and
good.
Very fast, very good defensive player. So she may be down for a while just to start to get her feet wet, and then we'll see from there.
Because I know that she'll be up with softball.
Probably so, yes.
Because he always takes freshmen up, don't he?
He likes his good freshmen. Yes, he does.
Yep.
All right, Bub. Well, it's good talking to you, bud. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you,
buddy.
Bye, Bub.
All right, Bub there, and go blue, go green. He said today. Oh, he said go Spartans.
Yes.
That's what he says. But back to volleyball real quick here. Yeah, dancing too. That's Gilchrist. He's been trying to get Gilchrist to go out with him dancing for a couple weeks. It happens over in Sandusky at the Maple Valley. They have like I don't want to say it was a senior citizens dance, but you know it basically is. It's a dance club. Anybody can go, but he's been trying to lure Gilchrist out there to get down the dance floor. Can you imagine those two? Oh my goodness!
I was about ready to do some movement, and I realized that we were on TV still. I can't do that anymore.
So Brown City, USA. On the other side of that bracket, Traverse City, St. Francis, Beale City. And then a little bit further down the line, they could either take on Manchester, Monroe St. Mary Catholic, Grand Rapids, North Point, or Bronson. So that is who was hanging out there in D3 action. But don't be surprised if USA is playing at Kellogg Arena next week.
And that game's at 5:30 on Tuesday.
At Burton Bendel.
Burton Bendel, which is a great volleyball venue.
They're the first game.
They're the first game.
First game.
And Kingston plays the second game.
Yes.
So if you're a Thumb fan,
Get out
back-to-back games you can go check out.
Not sure if they'll make you clear out.
They are clearing out. That was one thing I was going to say here. They are.
I was a little
clearing
misled
out.
by the Facebook post that Kingston put up because they said don't pay twice, but it says in the post from MHSA you had to buy 2 tickets because they're putting it as 2 separate events.
Okay.
So if you want to go, you have to pay for both.
Yep.
Unless you're lucky like us.
You know,
it's kind of dumb, isn't it?
MHSA is just
I mean, I'm not gonna, they got to make their money, but
I know
they're at the same place. It's back to back. You might as well just
Right.
let people. I get you want people to leave so more people can come in and exchange
But
the
if
fans.
if
But
you got tickets, just let them stay. 'Cause how many people are really going to stay?
Well, here's the thought too, right? Brown City, USA, Kingston. You have three teams from the Thumb area
Yeah.
playing over there.
Mhm.
Could they want to stay? Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, you got the.
I couldn't believe
probably
there'd
not,
be
though.
more than 20 people that would stay.
it's a nice gym to fit enough people into.
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
it's
it
a
is.
ton of
Yeah.
room
Yeah.
if you want to even just stand. I mean, that's the thing.
It's a nice venue for volleyball, great venue for basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I brought that up to the girls the other night about their luck that they've had in Burton Bendel's gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's basketball. That's basketball. This is volleyball. It's a whole different sport. But speaking of Kingston, yes, they were able to get over that hump, get the first ever regional title in school history as they knocked off Merrill 3-2 in an exciting match.
In a game that you had said last week that you weren't very impressed with Merrill.
No.
And then all of a sudden that goes 5 sets. I'm like, holy cow.
Merrill they struggled a little bit with Dryden.
I think Dryden actually played better than talking to a couple of people around Kingston. Dryden actually played better than what they have all season.
Okay.
They started kind of coming on really, really good late. I was at the Dryden Merrill game, obviously, and then the Kingston Genesee Christian. But that Merrill Dryden game was a back and forth. I mean, literally, it was a back and forth game. I think every set, Scott was like 22-25, 25-22, 23, something like that. And then finally, Merrill just ended up putting it away. But it was kind of one of those things too. Like, I was more impressed with Dryden. But Merrill just found the way, and there's always you have to find the way to do it, and Merrill ended up doing that.
And that's and that was the same way that it went Thursday, as it was back and forth. It was a game of swings, a game of momentum. First set was 25-19. Kings comes out swinging. I said, all right, they put them away by 6. That's a pretty big win for them. Then the second set, 25-21, and then Merrill takes the lead, 25-17. They're playing very, very, very good. And then the fourth set comes out, and it was a tight game all the way down. I mean, it was to the point where, like, I was getting butterflies, and I was getting antsy, and I'm like, how are these girls keeping it together on the floor? Well, then they called the timeout, and I got to give it up to Jerry Lynn Carpenter. She played out of her mind, digging and getting down and dirty and doing everything. She had 10 digs on the night. That was it, but which is more than digs that I can get, so I wouldn't say that's it. But, I mean, that's not a big, gaudy stat in volleyball by any means, but those digs were huge for her. And then they come out in the fifth set, after taking the fourth, 25-22. And the fifth set, they were up big. I was texting Chris every point, and it was back and forth. And then Kingston took a big lead, and then all of a sudden Merrill took a run. And then it got down. It was 14-12. And Beth took a timeout, and I asked the girls, what did she say to you guys? And she said, this is ours. Just calm down. One more point. This is ours. We got this. And Cam said coming out of the huddle, or Carly said coming out of the huddle, I want the ball. Get me the ball, Cam. Get me a good set, and I'll throw it down. And
that thing just fired off of her.
That was the spike of her life. And she threw that down, and I couldn't see it because I was holding the phone out in front of me. I thought the girl got down and dug it, but it hit just in front of her, if you watch it. And
she probably alligator armed that thing a little bit.
Yeah. She
had some smoke on it.
Yeah, she got up there. She had hops. She threw that down with authority, and that was it. And the celebration began, and it was a huge night for Kingston. It was just awesome to see that finally happen for them. And that group of seniors once again doing some more special stuff for Kingston over there. And I don't know who said it, if it was Audrey, Carly's mom. One of them said it'll be a long time before we have a group of seniors like this coming through again.
It will be. And, Kingston's one of those schools that you have groups come through, right? And it's in every school. It's in every school. You have groups that come through, and, and I've said it for a while. I know I said it to a lot of people, but this group of seniors, boys and girls, it's just a special group. They put a lot of hardware, they put a lot of trophies in the trophy case, and they continue to do so. And it's not that they're doing it on the court; they're also doing it off the court. They're doing it in the classroom. I don't know the exact number of National Honor Society members that they have, but there's quite a few of them.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, there are quite a few of them, and academically they're way up there as well. So it's just a proud group, to be happy about, especially a thumb team in general. So I mean, it's really cool. I mean, obviously I'm proud of them being an alma mater.
Yeah.
But seeing the accomplishments that they make, we knew what they could do in basketball. Volleyball was a little bit different story. A volleyball program isn't really known in Kingston, but guess what? It's now being known that, hey, we also have a volleyball program here in Kingston.
Yeah, and the seniors stepped up big and had a great night, and not only the seniors, but obviously Peyton Colotz, who's not a senior, and she's had a heck of a season over there for Kingston. But big night, big win for them, and now they move on to take on Southfield Christian at Burton Bendel on Tuesday in the later game. So there you go. If you want to go out there and check out some volleyball, that is the place to be, because that's all we have left. Because D2 action for the second year in a row, Notre Dame, Pontiac Notre Dame Prep sweeps North Branch
in the fake state championship game.
Yeah, basically, yeah. As they take them down 3-0 in a game that sounded like Pontiac Notre Dame Prep controlled. It looked pretty close on some of the sets, but I don't know. I know the one that I saw was pretty close. I didn't see the final two. see if they have it up here. Yes, it was 25-20, 25-19, 25-23. So not without a fight did North Branch go down. But are we really surprised? I mean, they're kind of one of the teams that fight to the very end.
Yes.
And then Bertrand, the other team, knocked off. I didn't even know Bertrand was still in it until I was putting together my sports on Thursday for the finals, or Wednesday night for Thursday, and I saw that Bertrand was still in it.
They were pretty good. I saw them play the one time against Millington, and they beat Millington in 5 for the Tri-Valley East Championship game. They were good. It's that Sarah Miller, the basketball player. She's just that good of an athlete. So
real quick, back to Kingston. I did have stats I forgot to mention. Cam McGuire, 36 assists, 5 digs, 2 aces. Payne Colott, 16 kills, 2 aces, 1 block. Lily Lyons, 9 kills, 10 digs, 5 aces. Cartley Smith, 14 digs, 9 kills, including that monster one, and 3 blocks. Hannah James, 5 digs, 4 kills, 2 assists. Jillian Dinsmore, 4 kills, 5 digs. And finally, Geraldine Carpenter with 10 digs on the evening. So there you go. And I think that is all we have for you, right?
Yes,
I think that's it, yeah.
Yes, it is.
I mean, we don't really have an athlete of the week right now. We don't do it this late in the season. So teams of the week, I guess, with Carroll Cross Country. If we would have, if we were going to give it out to somebody, and Kingston Volleyball, more than likely. I mean, those were our top choices if we were going to give out an award. But this late in the season, we kind of just back off and wait till basketball season.
We keep the T-shirts for ourselves.
Exactly. No, we donate them, Christian. We donate them to
to our favorite charity,
to non-athletes of the week. We find our non-athletes of the weekend.
Oh, that would have been a couple of those guys that are sports writers up in the thumb.
You know what? Obviously, they have the top 10 plays. Did we ever do the not top 10? The non-freak nasty performance? I mean, not that. I really don't want to go out
I'm
there.
not going to call them
out
out because
something like that. That would be rough.
Because I'm gonna pick on the one kid that's a parent that's going to come and get me, and they're going to meet me in the back alley when I get out of work one day. And
no, we could pick on non-top 10 performances because there's a couple of not top 10 performances that happened on Wednesday.
Oh, man. Just beating up on the award,
Bam.
the meeting, but we can't say anything about that. It's not coming out. When was that? Is
the 28th for volleyball and the 4th for football.
Okay, all right. So there you go.
Wednesday to Wednesday.
That's when we'll 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be the 5th then.
5th. Okay.
Yeah. I was counting in my head. I'm like, all right, there's 1 square.
So
2, 3, 4,
and I
5.
think one of the better football teams we've ever put together.
And that volleyball first team,
not only very well represented throughout the thumb, but very, very good football players.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say this, and obviously I'm not gonna say any names, but when you have 13 kids in the thumb that rush for over 1,000 yards,
it makes it.
Good luck, people. That's all I got to say.
Makes it fun, and it makes it hard on us on who to put where. But I mean, the first team volleyball too. I'd put them up against.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
That's all we'll say.
Put them up against the second team, and they might lose.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
Throw a couple honorable mentions in there too, and you might even have a heck of a squad. But
it used to be you rush for 1,000 yards. That was a huge accomplishment, right?
Yeah, because
huge.
It's only 9 games.
Exactly. That was huge. Now, I mean, you see some kids like 1,300 yards, 1,200. I mean, that's
we don't throw the ball in the thumb.
Well, correct.
That's true.
But I
mean,
those are getting to be big numbers.
North Branch had 2 guys.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, there you go. Chris, we better get out of here before your kid takes off.
Yeah, he's walking back and forth. He's fine.
He's gonna leave tracks in the hallway.
He might.
He's like, hurry up! Come on!
Dad, you
Stop
promised
talking.
me pizza.
Oh man!
Oh no, he's going to Grandpa and Grandma's. He's ready.
Oh,
he's ready.
He's like, I'm out. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm done with this parent stuff. So plenty of action still going on. We got Frankenmuth coming up today, 1:00 over in Portland. If you're not on your way yet, you might be late. Burton Bendel on Tuesday, back-to-back games, USA Brown City, Kingston taking on Southfield Christian, and that's it, right? And then next week, Harbor Beach, obviously in action. We don't know what day, probably Saturday, taking on either Ishpeming or Breckenridge. And then 8-player finals next week, and good luck to Pickford today, just via Christian here.
Yes.
He's got relatives up there. And good luck to all the squads out there. And we will be back in a couple weeks. Going to take a couple weeks off. and be back on the 1st as we wrap up the first week of high school sports for the winter session, as we're going to be having some basketball action.
Isn't that crazy to say that we're already wrapping up the first week
of
potentially of winter sports?
It's wild to think that the next time we'll be in the studio all together is going to be the first day of December.
Yeah.
Well, Chris won't be here, so it'll be the second week of
so,
December. So I don't know where we're going to be going the first week of basketball. Christian just kind of threw an idea into the pot here, so we'll see where we end up.
It's on the slow cooker right now.
It is, yes. We'll figure it out. Got a couple weeks left before that happens, but everybody enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Go Blue. Anybody predictions on? I mean, I don't want to sound too cocky, but Rutgers sounds like a mess right now.
What are we getting? 23 points.
Is that what the spread is?
Is that what we're given?
Yeah, it was something.
It may be 35.
Didn't it start
40.
off at 32? I thought.
Yeah, I think so.
It's 23 now.
I think.
If Christian was a gambling man,
which
he
Christian
maybe
is a gambling. I think I don't know if it's going to be anywhere near a couple years ago with the 77-point performance. Was it 77-0? Did they shut him out?
Something like that. Yeah. Let's give him 60.
Okay, so on my phone it's telling me off ESPN it's 38.
Wow. 38.
38.
Wow.
Well,
do you take the spread?
Look what they did to Penn State last week.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
Still though, even at 38,
it's a lot of points.
I'm taking Rutgers in the 38.
You are?
That's a lot of points.
I don't know.
Michigan still wins outright.
Yeah. Outright? Like, you mean the game or the season?
The game.
Okay. I thought you were calling the season already.
No.
I was like, all right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm taking Michigan, I think, in that 38. I'm thinking it's going to be something like a 44, 47. No, let me think here. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Is it in Rutgers?
56?
It's in Rutgers.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what the weather is pretty cold out there. Pretty snowy, but Michigan's used to that. So
yeah, they are.
I'm going to take Michigan with the 38 points. I'm not betting the farm on it. Maybe a cow, but which I don't have.
I'm not betting my firstborn or anything.
No,
but
good.
If I did,
I would be.
Alice goes, woo, good.
All right, we're out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Go Blue. Good luck to the Spartans as well. You think they're going to be able to do it?
I hope so.
Yes, but I don't want them to.
But it's not good for Michigan if they do win.
Yeah, I agree. It'll make Ohio State.
But anytime that
it's okay.
School loses.
Also, if Ohio State loses, is it bad for Michigan as far as the playoff?
Yes.
The college football, because they're going to say the Big Ten's really not that strong.
Yes.
Yep.
So we need Ohio State. I'm sorry, Michigan State fans, but we need.
I don't ever say that, and as much
I know.
as I hate
But
to see that team down south.
Michigan State needs a win and Michigan to win to get to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. Well, and even if State wins, then make them look stronger. Then make that Michigan win look good. Nah, I'd rather Ohio State win.
Yeah.
All right. How about a little Warren Zevon right now, taking you on into the 11 o'clock hour?
Love me some Zevon.
It is Werewolves of London, Classic Rock I-92. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving as well. We won't talk to you until then. So happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you guys soon right here, Classic Rock I-92.